You stand beneath the dome of the Pantheon in Rome. Its diameter stretches about 43 meters, nearly the length of an Olympic swimming pool turned upright. Completed around 126 CE, the structure still stands today. No steel reinforcement, no polymer additives, no 21st century quality control laboratories. At the same time, many modern reinforced concrete bridges begin showing cracks after just 40 to 50 years of use. Some coastal structures require major repairs within a few decades because the steel inside starts to corrode. The paradox is striking. Our construction technology is far more advanced, yet long-term durability sometimes falls short of what the Romans achieved using volcanic ash and hand-burned lime. This isn't a romantic tale about the past being superior to the present. It's a story about material chemistry, marine environments, and a formula that vanished for nearly 2 millennia. To understand the mystery, we need to return to a volcano. The Romans didn't have electron microscopes to examine crystal structures. What they had was observation, experience, and volcanic ash from the region of Pozzuoli near Mount Vesuvius. This ash, known as pozzolana, is rich in reactive silica and alumina. When mixed with quicklime and water, it triggers a pozzolanic reaction, producing calcium silicate hydrate compounds similar to, but not identical with, modern Portland cement. The crucial difference lies in the microstructure. Roman concrete forms crystals of tobermorite and philipsite during long exposure to seawater. Tobermorite is a rare mineral that typically forms under high temperatures in nature. In Roman concrete,
this comparison highlights the structural differences.
It grows slowly within mildly alkaline marine conditions. Researchers from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology once analyzed samples from ancient harbors and discovered that even after centuries, the crystal structure continued to evolve. The material doesn't simply harden and stop changing, it keeps developing over time. Modern reinforced concrete, by contrast, relies on steel to handle tension. Steel is strong but vulnerable to chloride ions in seawater. When chlorides penetrate tiny pores in concrete, they break down the passive protective layer on the steel surface.
Look at
Corrosion
the CSH
begins.
bonds right here. The data
steel
confirms the
expands.
self-healing mechanism we hypothesized.
Internal stresses build and cracks appear. The difference reflects a design philosophy. Roman builders created massive material blocks with minimal reliance on metal, accepting long curing periods to achieve strength. Modern engineering often prioritizes speed of construction and initial cost efficiency. From a pile of volcanic ash, the Romans developed a material system that interacted with seawater rather than resisting it. Ancient harbors at Corsica and other Roman ports sit directly in the Mediterranean Sea, an environment that sounds like a harsh durability test. Salt, waves, and wet-dry cycles are all aggressive factors for modern concrete. Yet in Roman concrete, seawater acts as a chemical activator. As water moves through microscopic pores, it carries magnesium and sodium ions. These ions react with leftover volcanic ash, forming additional stable minerals. Research published in journals of the American Chemical Society has shown that aluminum tobermorite crystals grow along microcracks, slowing their expansion. Picture a tiny crack on a wall surface. In modern concrete, water enters, carries salt, and accelerates internal damage. In Roman concrete, that same water can trigger new mineral growth that fills the gap. There's no magic involved, only chemistry and a stable alkaline environment. Modern projects often aim for high-strength concrete, reaching 40-60 megapascals within 28 days. Roman builders accepted moderate early strength in exchange for materials that continued evolving over centuries. Placed side by side, these approaches aren't a battle between ancient and modern thinking. They're lessons in optimizing materials for specific contexts. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire in the 5th century, much technical knowledge was lost. The mixing methods for pozzolana and lime were no longer systematically recorded. Medieval builders turned back to traditional limestone mortar and masonry. Not until the 18th and 19th centuries, when large-scale infrastructure demands surged, was Portland cement standardized. It enabled industrial production, consistent quality control, and rapid construction. During the Industrial Revolution, speed and scalability mattered more than a 2,000-year lifespan. Recently, research teams at the University of Utah and other institutions have re-examined Roman concrete samples using X-ray diffraction and electron microscopy.
The timeline
They found
tracks the
small
fall of
lime
the
clasts
Western
once
Roman
considered construction
From the
flaws that
grandeur of
actually serve
300
a self-healing function.
to the
When
Spread
cracks
it thick,
form,
lad.
water
This
dissolves
limestone will
free
hold
lime,
for 1,000 years,
which later
unlike the weak
recrystallizes
stuff
as
we used
calcium
before.
carbonate, sealing the gaps.
More
This
coal to
discovery
the kiln.
opens new directions for developing more sustainable concrete
What's
with
the
lower
pressure on
emissions
line
and
4?
longer service life. A bridge lasting 200 years instead of 50 means 4 times fewer cycles of demolition and rebuilding, reducing cement production and lowering CO2 output. Modern science isn't being outperformed. It's rediscovering an old chapter in the history of materials. When you look at the Pantheon's dome, you're not just seeing ancient architecture. You're looking at a 2,000-year outdoor laboratory. And if one day we build coastal cities with concrete designed to cooperate with water instead of fighting against it, the mystery will fade. It will simply become the continuation of a formula once hidden beneath Mediterranean volcanic ash. If you enjoy these unexpected turning points in technological history, another question is waiting ahead. Why do some modern concrete structures continue to grow stronger for decades after being poured? That story takes us deep into the chemistry unfolding quietly beneath our feet.